Very important thing when you first start recording is inspecting coffee. Very important. Now, let's see. I mean, I do need to do that. Just when the bots had finished up dealing with that, I go and paste even more down. I think that's a halfway point. Should be able to do that there. Of course, there's crap in the way. Oh, that's not actually aligned. No. Meant to be? Well, it's on the center, whatever it is. It's on a center, so it makes sense. It, yeah, visually makes sense. I obviously invested something complicated into into aligning this thing. Some complicated braining into aligning it. Allegedly. Do I really want to move that down a tile? Or up a tile? I think I do. I think I actually do. Amazingly. Actually. Grab the end of that with the beginning of that. Because then I now know where this sits. Oh. Not there. Why is that off? Oh, this one's narrower, that's why. Because reasons. I made it narrower because reasons. Alright, so we'll cut this. We'll cut that. Uh, da, da. Or undo it. That works too. Go there. Now delete it again. Alright, I think I got it right this time. All this just to move it up a tile. Or two or three, quite possibly. Either works. Should go there. Okay. Alright, we got it. Nailed it. Just do that again. And there. Got to do all that pixel hunting. I didn't need to move those after all. Nice. Not having to move the reports is an advantage. Very advantageous. At some point, I still got to do. I've been saying this many times, but I got to do the outposting to make all this crap work. Oh, don't have a curvy worthy. I mean, I can't. It probably doesn't have one because I ran out of belt, I suspect. Alright, that's 3 locked in. Oh, it's getting closer every time. Opposing is the last problem. That's pretty much why I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. Like way up there. It's one of those. It's one of those buried deep in future me problems. So, grabbing this thing again. Is that so tight? This wants to be like there. I mean, it aligns with the beacons, which I can get around. Got to build. Yes. That's what we've got to build. Yes. So yeah, the CPU getting super angry with bringing the blueprint up. Ew. Don't want that now, do we? That's our little mergy lane. Claim these. Might have to spend some time running back and forth, ferrying some build. Deal that. Or maybe poking this with a stick to see if it can make some more build. Or faster it. At all possible. What are you on? Belt. In turn is waiting on belt as well. Waiting on lubricant. Okay. Which means you're not doing enough with what you got. Yeah. This makes sense. Solar's doing too much work at the minute. So I'm not burning steam to get. I'm not getting rid of the solid fuel. I'm not making any heavy oil lubricant. I'm not turning heavy oil into lubricant. It's one of those annoying problems with oil. You need to send the gas somewhere, otherwise it eventually backs up. Or you need a way to burn off the gas. Does it actually have a control on this light oil? No, it doesn't. Huh. It does for gas, to burn off gas. It doesn't for light oil, though. Oh, I've cut it off anyway. There you go. Also, how's this thing doing? Still happily turning the dull rocks into shiny rocks and running a bit of nuclear power. Still happily chugging along. It's kind of impressive that it's still going. I turned that thing... When did I turn it off? It's like 20 hours ago? Yeah, about 20 hours ago I think it is, because we're at 63 hours now of game time. So the thing's just been... So it gives you an idea of... Well, I mean, having said that, the nuclear I don't think is actually running during the day. This was actually connected to the electrical network, that would help. But yeah, it's... No, you're not connected either. And you. That you. There we are. Yeah, it's all running on solar at the minute. So there is that going for it. Turbine. Engine. Hours and hours. Impressive how much solar's managed to do. Think I might need to play Fairy. At the very least in an attempt to avoid doing actual work. Right. Don't have a decon planner for... Oh, I do. To back those off a little bit. Oh, there's a roboport. There's a lot of other random bits of crap in the way too. Loader? Huh. Oh, we'll get these monsters sorted out. I believe that comes for some weirdness with the way mini loaders work. That comes down to. Mini loaders kind of block things. Mark 3? Ah. Did I read that wrong? I might have read it wrong. Might have interpreted mini loader as roboport as mini loader. Why does that look off? Oh well. Committed now. Committed to the insane asylum. So we got 4 out of 6 of the conventional builds. just need to figure out purple and then high tech. Gonna be so busy here with trains too. Doesn't really matter. Don't matter. In blue is in a good state. We could look at the intermediates next. The intermediates get all this stuff done. Could put them... I did have idea of putting batteries over here. And I could do some stuff here. Are you deadlocked? You might actually be deadlocked. That note. Oh yeah, high tech is utility. Or yellow, whichever you prefer. At this point, might as well just call it yellow signs. Speaking of that, now that I'm starting to get these blueprints built up, I should actually add them to the blueprint library. I haven't actually added these to the library yet. The Factorio extended ones. Which will probably be only good until the next Factorio extended major update, which is usually what happens with blueprints, modded blueprints. Always end up getting mangulated. Alright. Just need 1, 2, 5, 2, 5. Well, that's convenient. I don't actually remember what the outputs of this thing, or the inputs of this thing was. Have it in the print? No. We can work it out anyway. That one's definitely iron. That one's iron. That one's side loading for some reason. Which means it's probably steel, and then this one will be red circuits. There we go. I worked it out. That one's swinging through the middle, that's all good. That one is not off by a tile. Oh dear. You know what that means? Pick it up and put it back down again. Right about there. Actually annoying. I lost the position of the beacon. I say substation, no, beacon. The difference between the two. I believe it went up a tile. Yeah, the beacon's meant to slot into there. That. There. Got it. Now it's in the middle. See, there's these little things you've got to get right from the very beginning. All these fine little details. Ooh. Probably about as much as I can do there right now, till it gets more stuff delivered. Yeah, it's rough. Even the full build. Yes, hey. Maybe you given up on it? No. Fortunately, I've just been super busy lately. Cloud, how you doing? I've been missing out on this for ages. I can tell I haven't been on in ages, the sub count shows it. Dropped by half. Funny thing with Twitch is you gotta be consistently online. Otherwise, things like sub count, follow rates, and all that kind of thing, engagement just dies in a hole. Like, you gotta be on it every day of the week. Worst thing, it's generally considered the worst thing you can do to a channel is take a break. It creeps off slightly. Spaced. Those are slightly closer together. Every time. Sure, we'll notice the stream without Discord. Hey, Veldak. That's the other thing too, is that getting word out the stream is on is also a pain. Ah, straight to get the skull drumming going. Right onto the skull drummings. You know it's inevitable. Three, 5, and then 6. And then we have our rocket parts up here. I'm probably going to do the same thing like I did before with the low density. Either that or put low density somewhere else entirely. Train it in. I don't like training in low density though. Low density. Well, it's as the name implies, low density. So it's not very. You don't get a lot of it on a train. Distance schedule help. Yeah. If I had, my problem is I don't have a consistent work schedule. It's sort of all over the place. The idea was that the Saturday was meant to be the consistent day. I'm gonna have to back that train up, I think. But lately, the Saturday's been a bit difficult to do. Oh, here we go. Skull drummings commence. I'm also thinking after this playthrough, we'll change the Saturdays up to open maps or something. Maybe do less of these stupid crazy builds. More sort of open maps. Right, also giving me lots of stuff, but I don't really need or want it. Well, I do need it. I don't particularly want it because it doesn't help getting this stuff done. Hey, so the red belt base earlier, coincidentally, bashing Factorio extended, calling it cheating. How times have changed, haven't they? How times have changed. Oh, there's an old one. Is it really Factorio extended? Because I did Factorio extended. I might have meant vanilla extended. I wonder if I confused it with a different one. I might have. Because those were also those ones I also did back on Party Splitter's useless. I actually call them useless. They're actually wow. I said some pretty dumb things. Because I knew from the outset when they were introduced that they ruined angels. I think I know why. It's because of so priority splitters now have a buffer in them. Before they didn't, which kind of meant they would never they would decompress belts. It may have been something like that. I wonder what I was thinking when I said that. That's what I'm trying to work out. What was I thinking? Angels, yeah, so when, back in the day, Angels ore processing, it would generate like, you'd put some raw ore in, one of the four ores, and you would get stone, some crap, and some other crap, and then the actual output that you want. And what that meant is you needed to just deal with all this random crap coming out initially, and then you'd have to research filter inserters to then set up a build which could do it properly. And then when priority splitters came along, it just eliminated the entire mechanic. I mean, the entire mechanic was stupid in the first place. It's kind of dumb and irritating. I mean, I didn't mind it as long as you had the filter inserters early, but you didn't. You had to put up with it for quite a good chunk of the game. Try that when it was random. Yeah, priority splitter. You just use the priority splitter to do it for you. Plateau drive's already fixed. I don't know what the fix was. I never actually saw it. Yeah, you can actually do splitter pyramids now. That's probably what I was thinking of, was people doing splitter pyramids, and that was, and also in the context of that red belt base, priority splitters didn't do anything. It's probably what I was going on about. It's funny too, because I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This is a recent thing. The priority splitters and the filter splitters came out in version 16. The red belt base relied a lot on balances. Yeah, it was a while ago. Was it 17? I really don't remember. It sort of came randomly one day. But yeah, certainly, I think that was the problem early on with the priority splitters, was that people would start doing big splitter pyramids, which is problematic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like the middle of 16. Still building. Still going. Yeah, it's funny how times change though. Embraced Factorio Extended. I was also a lot more high strung in the early days too. I was really uptight, and then I eventually I eventually consciously made the decision to relax that, and try and break that whole mentality, and that was probably pre that point. Was it the one red belt base as well, or two red belt base? Actually, if it was 16, it was probably two red belt base. Because somewhere around that time, I did change my thinking and get away from that really super negative. You're doing it all wrong. You have to do it like this. You know, the old really high strung approach. Yeah, 16 would have been two reds because pre 16 was one. Because 16 brought the one belt base back to 60 UPS. I reckon that's what it was. That was before I got rid of the high strung attitude. I'll try Pure Angel though. I heard it's a doozy. It's pretty nuts. The modern angels. It's it's masochism extended. I've completely forgotten what I was doing. Can't be that important. I can come on in that raiding party. How you doing, mate? How you doing there, matey? There, I said it right. I didn't sort of tail off. Yeah, it was all underground. The all underground spam. Hi, welcome everyone. How you all doing? Those who don't know Ica is actually a penguin. Who likes to do waddly things. You were doing Outriders. Outriders? I've seen that name pop up a lot lately. What is that? Is that? Outriders. $90? It's expensive, whatever it is. It's more like, Penguins of the North Pole. Oh, there is a demo. Description. Developers describe the content like this. The game may contain content not appropriate for all that. That's not a description, people. 1 to 3 person, drop in, drop out, co-op shooter, original, dark and disparate sci-fi universe, eh? Yeah, Outriders. Ah, Destiny style game. Coming April 2nd. I could give it a go. I mean, my computer probably will have a bad time if I try and play it, but I can give it a go. The 4 classes, eh? That's that's what I'm looking at. Hmm. And only 1 to 3. Normally these games, like Borderlands and Destiny, it's like 1 to 4, or I think Destiny's up to 8 for a fire team. I don't actually remember. Is there an Octavia Prime now? Hang on a minute. I remember there being just released. Huh. I have to have a look at that. Penguins in the North Pole, so non-existent? Yeah, it's like penguins flying through the sky. It's a bit of a miracle. Haven't even got Trap Prime yet, too. Oh yeah, I was going to fix that train that's jamming everything up. Probably the big WF is it's kind of a incredibly repetitive game. Basically the same thing over and over again, and the balance is basically non-existent now. And quite possibly, it is actually too, in a way, too easy to get stuff as well. I say that cautiously. I think that's more like the fact that it's too easy is more to do with the poor balance than by actual intended design. Okay. I mean, I could have built a shunt track to deal with it, but that's fine. Just back you up. So you hit something. Yep, you've hit something. A pack train. Fine. Yeah, I might give it a serious look when maybe Cora Prime comes along. Something like that. Yeah, what I should have done is that. And I can just undo, get rid of it, start up again. Yeah, most people just play when something new comes out. Mainly because the game is way too boring to actually do anything in normal play. You just go insane. And maybe open a space cabbage or two. A rotten space cabbage. What are you doing there? Play the games like Factorio? That's true. If you're waiting for something to happen in Factorio, I suppose you could go visit Space Cabbage Land. Oh yeah, the lore is also a complete shambles now. It's just a mess. And hang on. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Little secret. It's actually an asset flip, that game. It's actually an asset flip. It's actually an asset flip. Look at that. Same logo. Glaive, and everything. It's all asset flip. I actually got to play that, but yeah, it's an asset flip. All of the early content is an asset flip. It's actually a demo CD. What is it? There. But it's got the full game of Dark Sector on it. I actually found this in a box. I didn't even know I had it. What is this? This is September 2009 PC Power Play. Yeah, never played it. And even there. Yeah. There. Funny. I saw that and I was like, oh, hang on. Oh, that's Dark Sector. I was like, oh, hang on. That's the loader symbol. Oh, and that's the glaive. Hang on a minute. And then I actually looked into detail and yeah, it's just a straight asset flip of Dark Sector. It's just the same bloody game. It turns out they've been churning out the same game since like 2001. Yeah, it's not a full asset flip, but they've basically been churning out the exact same game with same assets, same content, same everything since like 2001, 2002. Whenever they did that stupid Unreal Tournament knockoff. And then they did that Unreal Tournament knockoff. And then they did that other Unreal Tournament knockoff. They're consistent. I'll give them that. It's almost like they had their finger in the Unreal Tournament pie, Unreal Tournament epic pie, but they actually weren't the main brains behind it or something. Like they weren't they weren't what actually made Unreal Tournament good. I've been told that their contribution to Unreal Tournament was like some maps and that was it. Maybe some weapon art. Like Bethesda. Basically Bethesda, yeah. It's like an indie Bethesda. If such a thing could actually exist. It's such a stupid thought. But it's a thing. It's actually a thing. Alright, so we unjammed that. That's growing. That's having growing pains. Ah, dear. I need to landfill this to clean this up at some point for circuits. Save. So many little odd jobs to do. Oil. Flashing no. I saw it flashing no power or something. Yeah, oil's looking good. We're actually producing sulfur now. Nice of it. Need to build the tracks, but I want to get science up and running though. Turn their underwear inside out. Yeah, just to extend the wear, just to extend the wear time by another 2 weeks. Maybe it's worth hang on, look. Maybe just maybe should probably go back to the creative world and work on the intermediates. Military. You're looking sad, aren't you? Looking like a rather sad onion. Some speed modules, I can make it less sad. Also just do a bit of the old upgrade tool on it. Although I'm pretty sure the upgrade tool... What was it fixed? The upgrade tool, you mark it once, it goes to Mark 2, and then you have to wait for the Mark 2 to be built before you can swing it again to Mark 3. I don't recall if that's been fixed or not. Fortunately, either way, we have 10,000 Mark II drills conveniently in storage. Mistakes were made early on in the piece. That has been corrected now. And what I'm going to do instead of hunting blindly there is I'm going to just pluck mining drills out of here. Here. And the trains are gonna... Oh, the trains. The... Requesting mining drills. Requesting mining. 50? Oh, it is requesting. I just can't make them. I think I better give some attention to this then. Why are you having such a bad time with mining drills? Probably modules. Yeah, modules. Which is red circuits. Why don't you have red circuits? Should have red circuits. I don't have red circuits. Why don't I have red circuits? Stopping you from working. Iron plate. And copper plate to a lesser extent. Alright, you just do a lap there, so I can free this train. I think might just be a lack of iron plate trains now. I might just need another one. Fill the need. Coming back around. Same might be true of copper plate too. This is where me not doing outposting kind of is a bit of a hindrance. Trouble is I don't have the supply to do the outposting. It'd probably be smart to build the actual infrastructure for it too. Yeah, I'll do it manually, otherwise we'll be waiting all day for the train to, for the bots to figure out that it is actually possible to do the thingy, the stuff in the junk. Go. Speaking of Bethesda, also, haven't heard much of Bethesda lately. So there's Fallout 76 and all that sort of fallen out of the meme and news cycle. Yeah, you're gonna another thingy. 1, 2, 3. There's not enough. Dang it, you're not in bot range. There's not enough of these trains. In theory, I do need placeholder or routing stackers for these, but I'm going to try and go without and see what happens. Hopefully it won't end too badly. Bots, while I finish your work for you. Finish your work for you. That was a roboport. Go. Yeah, so everything is outpost unload for the mining patches. In theory, they need a sort of a rallying point to go into the base and then a rallying point to go to the mining patches. But theory and reality may not necessarily align. Particularly if I do it on the entire map-wide scale, I may not need it. Not like the other map where I did need it, but I was doing it per build. I was doing it old school. That, and also I was doing it old school because when I started the map it was old school way of doing it. If we ever get this map finished, there's quite a few things we'll be finding out. Let's eat this thing a little faster. Cancel those. 3 to 1. 3, 1 to 3. Ah, good. That'll speed things up a bit. See, these belts are just generally having a bad time, though. I know what happens with yellow belt. If you have trains waiting at the destination, both full and unloading, they won't... Yeah, that's the situation you're trying to deal with, is that deadlock situation. And that's the idea of it, the idea of having the... Yeah. So it is grounded in reality. Like it does have a purpose. Let's not walk into trains. You call a bad time. I'm actually thinking if I do have a look at Warframe later, I might do a Discord stream on it rather than a full Twitchy stream. And I say that because doing actual Twitch streams is like the literal worst thing you can possibly do for that game. Like, oh boy, that community is terrible. Just coming in, looking for drops and free crap, and that's about it. Arguably, Destiny 2 is not much better. Yeah. Okay. Is that train found its way? Yeah, there we go. It's going again. What's amazing is that that's only one. 47,000 just one. Community's pretty much decimated since they revamped the partner program. Yeah, they got rid of they from what I saw of that, they got rid of everyone who wasn't a yes man. Someone that just sucks up to them. They're type. I don't know if you ever read their partner program brief terms and conditions and all that, like their actual agreement. It's it's one of the most confusing and bizarre agreements I've ever seen. Just really wishy-washy. Like what? I I don't understand what their outcomes for that thing was. What their objectives were with it. It's like it's a thing where if you get into it, you get an in-game graphic, and you might get hosted by the main channel, which doesn't really mean anything. Let's get a bunch of people that might throw some Prime subs down, and otherwise, maybe 10% will throw down a Prime sub if you give a good enough reaction for them, and then the rest will just bugger off. They won't even sit around for the ad roll, the mandated ad roll. Alright, see, this is putting me off doing more outposting. It's concerning. Why is that taking so long? Are you ordering? Yeah, I mean, it's not ordering a lot, admittedly. it was a very one-sided deal in the scheme of things. It was every advantage to them. And it was like, yeah, cool, you can come hang out with us and be all like cool kids. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't do anything. And that's why I'm still playing Factorio, because every time I look at other games like that, I come across crap like that. This was back in 2018 when I looked at this. You're not actually providing things. Because you don't have furnaces and crap. Oh, you know why? It's because the lack of it's the lack of red circuit poisoning that's killing the dream. I don't think we're lacking in red circuits anymore, though. What happened to Diced? I haven't actually played that since I played it last, like 2 weeks ago. It's an alright game. I think I just need the time to sit down and get into it. I think I need to spend some of my own time playing it before going further. Getting familiar with the mechanics and all that. What do we... I'm sort of avoiding that at the minute. I could jump back to creative and... Yeah, I think it's the one that's scratching the itch for all Factorio players that Satisfactory couldn't do. I think what I was mumbling about the intermediates before is doing batteries and the other intermediates. Can't stand the fact that a game without Dyson spheres has planet-focused building. Yeah, and doesn't it have like entire solar systems and you don't necessarily need to travel to them to win the game? I'm not quite sure where I'm going with that one, but it's just things I've seen people complain about. Like they have multiple stars and things, and there was no need to go to them. I haven't been to the end game, so I don't quite understand that. Yeah, I think the world I generated was like 14 stars or something. I really don't remember. I'm just plucking a number randomly. Okay, you're seeing furnaces now. That's good. Yeah, alright, let's save that again. And get back to this. Do some more theory crafting in the next, towards the next break. So yeah, this was a bit of a flop, unfortunately. Does it have trains? I mean, you make a very good point there. It does not have trains. So that's fine. Happy with this. That. We need granadas and walls. Grenades is not purple. That. 5.7 per. And then 2 and 1. Which means, if I yeet that, park that there. And maybe change it over to grenades while we're at it. That would be a good idea too. Yeah. I mean, Transport Fever 2 has trains, which is nice of it. For those who haven't seen, during the week I've been playing Transport Fever 2. Ooh, That reminds me, how is the YouTube? I said the VODs were going to go up soon, but it's still processing. Oops, sorry, got that again. Oh, the uh, the second part, second stream has finished processing. The first one is still processing. Just blah, blah. Really? 6, 5, 6. Hate it when it does that. Although in the meantime, Timberborn is up too. The videos of the Timberborn demo. Speaking of, I wouldn't mind doing some more of that. Demo's fun. I mean, even though it is just demo, it is still fun. It's a fun game. It's a really good game. Few things I grumble about, like the fact that the beavers are just farming human crops. I think more could have been done there. Creativity could have been inserted there. It's otherwise a good game. Okay. I reckons, how much is output? 0.3 of a green belt. Okay. So we can safely do a bit of that. I had to stare at that and think for quite a while. There, we can do a bit of that. Alright, the test for this one is, will one lane be enough? I have a feeling so this lane that I'm setting up is iron plate. Wrong way round. That's coal. And I have a feeling I'm gonna need to break it up more. No need to run it longer than it needs to be. I mean, part of the UPS optimization is making these runs as short as possible. Infinity chest, like that and that. I can also do this as a bot sandwich too. That is legitimately a possibility. The question is, would everyone forgive me for doing a bot sandwich? Because I try and not do those. Yeah. Patooey those out. Infinity chests. There, get rid of that. Get rid of them. Beep, boop, boop. Beep, boop, bop. Bippity, boppity, bappity. All in the thingy. All in the hips. Can't output. Because you don't have an inserter. Yeah, they're all going. We're making 900 grenades a minute? Ish. Oh, you're not going though. Here's the thing that I thought might happen. Look at him just frantically trying to grab. Get him off the underground. That. Shortage. Iron plate, I'm guessing? Yep, iron plate. I had a feeling it would happen. Dare I 1-to-1 it? What is work? Is it bad for UPS to do one lane for everything and then one? I reckon it is bad for UPS. I have a feeling it's better to do it this way. Yep, that was what I was fearing would happen too, because it would just suck the belt dry. How's that now? 900-ish? Just on 900. I'm not a fan of perfect ratio belts. Only about one side? One lane, even. Ooh, there's an interesting thought. An interesting thought and proposition. Let's do a bit of an experiment. So that stops there. I'm aware of single lane optimization tricks. It's probably going to take a moment to normalize. Starting off possibly a little bit low. Same. It's interesting how the N1 always stops, even though technically it is getting the right amount. A lane would be better? Yes, it would actually. The close lane. Doop doop. I mean, it's meeting target. Can't argue with the results. 9.3, I think what was the target? The target was 892.9, 893. And it's doing about 900-ish. I think the slight off pulls it back down. Which is nice, because the game does tend to lowball the numbers. Wonder if you could divide it up into threes. So have 3 iron belts going to pairs. Technically, it would save on inserters. The second one would always be a loader. Perfect ratios always seem to come up short. Yeah, I had an equation for it. I came up with an equation for that a long time ago. If you think of it in terms of stability limits, it makes sense. A perfect ratio, when you have a 1-to-1 match, works out. But then once you start multiplying that ratio, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 10, that the time it takes for the input to match the outputs gets exponentially longer. And eventually it becomes an asymptote where it basically goes to infinity. And I did actually work out that crossover point. And the only time you ever get that, get the perfect in and out. Hey, Duck Bakies, hello. Hi. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. We're just talking maths right now. Yeah, that because the one out to so many in, each one needs to absorb a little bit more over time because each one of these wants to take what they need plus a little bit, and that's what accounts for that asymptote. Sometimes also a rounding error on the belt number. There is that too, yes. I even had some actual examples where manually hand calculating it works out, but it just physically doesn't happen. There's, as I say, a lot of the loss can be accounted for this absorbing more than it needs. But in theory, that is absorbed over time. But yeah, missed me so much. I miss streaming so much on the weekends. Everything always missed out on things, stuff. Stopping the output at the beginning, yeah. The problem is that then you got to manually stop and start the whole thing every time. That's where the 10% comes from, because once you, I can't remember who it was. They said that you just allow for an extra like 1% consumption by each machine, and that offsets it. RAM time slots, they're a rough one. Didn't get notified. I noticed that MeBot has been a little lazy lately. Anyway, we've been stalling enough time, and this thing is basically on target. It's doing what it should. As an example, though, what I was thinking of, if we just hollow out the whole lot. Yeah. There, I guess. How much are going to be? What are we at? We're only at 3 hours, so another hour and a half ish. I'm actually wondering if I keep going with this or jump games. I'm kind of really tempted to do another Timberborn run. Or even continue on one of my saves. Such a good game. 1, 2, 3. Me for a decent time? Yes. Yeah, you get me for quite a while longer yet. 2, 1, 2. That. Oh wait, that's not an input. Never mind. Uh, um, and this is where my brain starts hurting. Uh, Aw. How's I been? Sleepy, worky, very busy, all those things. Move those out. Yeah. Yes, the way to eliminate it would be to do that. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That. It works as well as it can, given there's missing power. Yeah, so now that the belt's hardly moving. And I can do the same with the coal belt too, mind you. Could do a third one. I probably won't though. It's a big old mess of inserters on the top one. That sort of works against it. That build. That compare anyway. 893. It's just doing the same amount anyway. I mean, even though these were kind of stopping, it's still basically the same. Just gotta wait for this to come down. For the 1 minute window to settle down. One inserter might be able to keep up. It was... Yes, it's 901 still. Let's try it. Seems to. I mean, that's certainly helped on the inserter department. I don't think I can do anything about the coal, though. Yeah, it is. It does help to have one lane. Same's probably true with this one. That. Yeah. Still kind of leaning on the bottom one, though. Still looking like a winner. Just thinking about how to... Okay, it does reach. I mean, I like the back pressure of the bottom one, though. It's, the bottom one overall is performing a little better. It, it will, because this is only 1/16th of the build. That's the thing that's crazy about this. This is only 1/16th of what it actually does. I wonder... Okay. You... That, please. Thank you. You do that. That really. I need 3 half belts. That is true. I mean, this one's still kind of stopping, which does annoy me somewhat. But I might just deal with it. Itchy ear. Get to see all of that. Like how vibrant the section of colours are. They really turned up the contrast in, or the saturation in recent updates. How many wagons per build? 1 wagon per each one of these. It's this game, it's still very brown. This is very much the brown game, but it's visually it's a lot nicer. I mean, suppose there's a bit of green there. That green's actually really nice compared to the usual browns. I think this is actually also red desert too here, which is now brown desert. So yeah, each one of these represents 1 wagon. Yeah, let's just take this one. It's doing the job. Alright, that's Granadas done. Then wagons. Zelda, without follow. Get to stay forever now. Now that you're followed. Wall is the only other one, which is 1 machine basically. Wall's an interesting one. Wall is a very interesting one. I say that because I'm going to lash this one onto lash it onto. That's why I don't copy paste these things normally. Onto the furnace build. Oh dear. What's our target for wall? 1785. I mean, I didn't even try with that, and what do we get? 1.8. There you go. 3 should more than do it. There. It's going as hard as it can. 2.4, 2.5, 2.5, well into the 2.5s. 3 bills rather than 2, but it's easier around. Yeah, it's a little bit harder around them. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll integrate this with furnaces. And for furnaces, we did have a monstrosity for this thing. No, that's not it, that's artillery shells. It's a smelter. Also a smelter. Red circuits, acid, blues, LEU. That's it. This thing. BP building? Oh. I haven't actually uploaded these onto there yet. Yeah, it all slides. There's a lot of bizarro things going on here. Go full beacon? Sure, why not? Yeah, the tailings of the furnace production fall down into here in rather an amusing way. If I flip back, so we know we need 1 wall machine. Switch this back over to purples. So 1 lane needs 3 furnace and majiggers at 8 beacon. What did I do here? I did 3. What did I say that was? Oh, 3. It's the same thing, essentially. So our furnace majigger, that thing there. I just do the same thing again, really. Furnaces, otherwise, they take 1.4 of steel, 1.4 of stone, and bed belt. Hang on a minute. Where's the tab there? Go to target, express. There's a setting to stop this happening. Image. With that follow there too. Which apparently was completely silent. Default. Yeah, there's the default. Why is it? Oh. That's why. Okay, never mind. It's just a seat and keyboard malfunction there. Yeah, so... But I mean, it means I can use the green if needs be. But I'm going to need 2 of each of the other ones. Question is, can I do it linearly? 2 of them. Steel. That. Gotta be a red circuit one here somewhere. There is. Yeah. Was. Loop this back over to wall. It wants 2 belts of brick. Okay. So that actually does work out. There's a lot of interdependence, like a lot of sharing between purple and military. So, and that's one of the things, is like the equivalent amount of brick for furnaces can go into wall. So you can do one, and because the research is one or the other, you can actually just completely merge the two together and the resources for the two together, and it'll actually work quite well. Rather a handy dandy thing to have. Have them all in the blueprint class? Oh yeah, that's one of the key ones there. The make everything's there, definitely. For this playthrough, the book is missing, and same with the previous one. I still haven't fixed like the oil builds and such. The thing that bothers me, just a minor thing that bothers me, is that this thing sort of like 1.5, and this thing comes along, does like other half, and then it keeps on going down. So like 1, 2. Yeah, that didn't work. Damn it. Maybe I will end up with 3. Like that. See, but then I'm not actually sending it down to wall. In that case. I wonder if I could be blasphemous and use splitters in this particular situation. I don't even know if these will keep up too. So I also need an output, mind you. I think I can manage that there. Like that. There. There. Go in. I'm going to want a lot more inserters than I've got. Can actually load at that too. Okay, this is going to get stupid before it gets good. I said it's going to get stupid before it gets good. Short on steel. You're short on sockets. I had a feeling that was going to happen. What are you making? 500-ish. I think I need like 800. Oh no, 600. It's probably these high-speed ones really do need loaders. These super fast builds. Not 3 steel lanes. I was just testing out using 2. It might be better to do it that way though. Maybe not, but absolutely deleting everything. I wonder if this is going to be one of those cases where a splitter is a good idea. So what I was thinking was have a splitter for each one of these stone lanes that goes over, spills over to the thingy, the thingy that does the thingy. Technical terms, they fail me. Yeah, like that. Just got to get the red circuits in now. Priority? Probably wouldn't need priority. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I could always just add more unloaders too. I can get 6 loaders on one train wagon. It's a bit stupid, but I can do it. This one's doing alright. This one should be doing alright as well. This one, because it's only got one insert, is suffering. What was the rate? 0.7. So, it's doing that thing again too. I get the belt up there, that would be nice. Do that. Can insert like that and then like that. That would be your red circuits. That there, put it there instead. Like that. Quite comfortably do that. That works. It just comes back to that whole stone for wall problem. Do the top steel lane in the left. Change with splitter and direct input. If I swap, actually, if swap, yeah, swap, yeah, swap these. Like that. I take it. It's too bad there's an underground belt there. Can we not underground belt that? And what I mean is that underground belt. I have an idea in mind, but because this is here, it's kind of killing the dream. If I can get rid of it, that means that I could have like dirt there, and then another set come in over here. And this would actually do something like that. And these potentially jump all that. Gotta reach, yeah, like there. Can move the output up easy. Easy. Yeah. Go there. Then that can move up. Like that. Just need to deal with this now. Shh. Sort of deals with itself, actually. There. Well, it actually doesn't get rid of this yet. Oh, yes, it does. I can now do that. And then this can do that. Go. I mean, I don't actually... In saying that, I don't actually need to route 3 belts of brick. I only need 2. But the more the merrier. Yeah, I could have actually... I Actually, I only need 2. It's a bit... Doesn't actually need 3. I mean, I can do 3. Don't actually need it. And then we have it output like that. Yes. There. Also do that. Don't need an inserter. Don't have to use an inserter if I can use a loader. I mean, if we can make the thing go faster, then why not? Second brick? Actually, it's all going, isn't it? Yeah, it's all going. This is me trying to avoid using splitters. The alternative is to insert splitters in each one of these. The way to prove it is, which is better, is to... It's a pain to do. Is to copy and paste it 1,000 times and then compare the time usage. But yeah, technically I only need 2, not 3 bricks going into the wall production. I'm actually making a lot more wall than I really need. Splitters contribute a lot to the UPS drain, and we're trying to build a 36,000 science megabase. And so if you do no splitters, you actually save. You can actually get quite a lot more out of the game without it grinding to a halt. In 1785. I got like double that. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do is a no splitter megabase, so not a single splitter. Yeah, it's up there with inserters. Went away beyond UPS option. Yeah, it's the key. The easy gains with the no splitter thing is the eliminating the balances. That's where most of the gains are. Because I'm guilty of this as well. I do it a lot. Is over spamming balances for everything when you don't really need them. I could actually reduce that down to 2. Floop, floop. That goes there. And oops. I mean, well, let's just do it. Proving the point now. Trouble is, I was aiming for the no splitter base. So, yeah. Do we break it? Do we break the rule for the base? Or do we keep the status quo? Do we keep going? Alright, split it there. One like there. Cool. It's a cool goal. Yeah, you're right. Right, let's undo. Bring the undo fairy in. There we go, the undo fairies come through. Yeah. No splitters. They know the splitters. go there. And that go there. Yeah. Oop, there we go. That would be that would be both, feeding both. If it was actually feeding. Dear. So we're getting 1.8k. It's still more than what we needed, and we're getting 700 furnaces, which is also over what we needed. Right, next build. Steel furnace for only smelting option as a rule. Has been done. Steel furnace is actually a really good idea. Outside of mortared, steel furnace is actually better, nominally. Or at least the gain is debatable. There is actually some benefit to be had for going well, yeah, nuclear and steel furnace. Yeah, I'd get around that one. What's next? Warning, that's what's next. Yeah, the problem is you need a lot more of them, and because you can't beacon them, and that's where they lose out. Compared to electric ones, it's the lack of beaconing. Burner miners. Yeah, it's gonna will. Hi. Hello. Good Morgan. Do you know what? I tried doing it and belting railway track into purple signs. Bad idea. I should have stuck with what I knew, but I didn't. I thought I could improve on it. That was a terrible idea. Hey, Mamru, how you doing? Hi. Yeah, and I decided from the very beginning, always direct insert the railway track, and I thought I could do better, and I got punished for it. So, yeah, the only other one is these. It's terrible, isn't it? Funny thing is, needs the same amount of belts either way, effectively, because it's 4 belts. For my experiment, it was 4 belts of railway track versus 4 belts consisting of 2 belts of stone and 2 belts of steel. Thing is, though, that's a constant. No matter where you are. Those belts. So it's 4 belts at one place or 4 belts at another. See, what was the other thing I needed? I need to make modules off-site. This monstrosity has modules in it. We're making ammo at the thingy. We got the wall, and we got the grenades. What's left? I think that's it. I think the only thing left is to convert next science, this one. Which means 2500 utility orange, yellow, purple, high-tech science. It's one of those things, which once again is 16. 16. It's going to need robo frames. 11. There's 11. I feel like this build is actually covering everything that's needed. 0.2 of a pipe machine, 0.1 of a gear machine, 3 engines, 1, 3. Another game news, you tried Architect today? It's a great game, a really well made modern take on... Oh dear. You tried Architect. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah. You didn't pay full price for that thing, did you? Oh, multiplayer update. Oh wait, no, this is actually... This isn't the one I was thinking of. The one I was thinking of. This is the one that's kinda cutesy. What that moves FE menu items into its own. That is not terrible. Yeah, this is that sort of low poly thing. Oh, you're drowning people, I see. The gift from the workforce, they paid nothing. Okay. What am I thinking? I think what I was thinking of was Roller Coaster Tycoon World, which is actually terrible. But yeah, this one, it was kind of cutesy, but wasn't half bad from the look of it. And it has apparently has a multiplayer update, so there is that. Of course, there's DLC. Exactly how I'd expect to work. Is that so? So, just putting it out there. When you say it works exactly as you expect it to work, does that mean it works as well as OpenRCT? Discord and Steam friend invite? Oops, there's a... I didn't mean to click that button. So, infinitely better. I mean, the... the OpenRCT is a pretty low bar. I'll add it to the wish list then. Said add it to the wish. There you go. That added it to the wish list. Yeah, maybe we'll have to give some of that a go then. Didn't drop once. That's a good achievement too, given with your wireless internet, which was quite unstable with RCT and what was it, RimWorld? If you and I'm sure there was others that I can't think of right now. But can I just cheat this and just like do a bit of this business? But there, that to that. And Saltlands with the 10 months. How you doing?
Mohord wave.
Or Horde Wave. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype and honking chat there for Saltlands with the 10 months. Maps are huge too. The world editor could be bigger. Ooh. Because that is one thing, is that the Roller Coaster Tycoon maps, I mean, the original game, it was kind of a limit of its day, the size. That is good too. You to Howie power. Game we're talking about Architect. I'm gonna have to give it a go now. It's sort of fallen off my radar of things to check on. I have no idea what each of these things were meant to be. Or iron. We could figure these out. Use how tight to be with the ketchup in the hot dogs. That is a good detail to have. That is almost a theme park level of detail. It's the kind of thing theme park would have. I reckon that's yeah, you know what? That's steel and circuits together. Theme park was all about setting up the stinginess on the sideshows and attractions. You could set how salty the it was an interesting chain you could set up. You could set how salty the fries were, which in turn would, if they were really salty, it would increase the rate at which guests would buy drinks, which in turn would increase the rate at which guests would go to the toilet, and you could charge for the toilet. I believe you could charge for the toilets. I don't think you could put in that actually. Max salt. But yeah, it was hilarious. And then it turned out that there was an exploit you could do where you could make it super easy, but make the no, you make it super hard. There was a thing you could do with the money, and basically they think it was super easy, but it was actually super hard, and they would spend a ton of money, and you just have these things just generating infinite money. It'd just be printing money. 20p for the bathroom, next to the drink stall. Of course you did. Because why wouldn't you? Where's my infinity pipe? There it is. The only way to get lubricant in this game is with an infinity pipe. How much for toilet paper? That is a good point. I mean, you charge for the entry. You didn't say anything about charging for the toilet paper too. Just every time they roll a piece out, it measures it counts each piece, and you can just hear this little cash register sound as they're rolling it out. And the thing has a ratchet in it, so as they roll it out, they're committed. They can't put it back in again. And the roller coaster. That is a really good sign then. A really good sign for the game. Guessing in creative test viability builds, right? Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, we're just testing some builds right now. Just to try it outside of the base. Mainly because these builds are such thumping great monstrosities, it's difficult to build them in the actual save. You're outputting density. You need batteries. Should be that one there. So what the hell is this one then? I love how it switches color there. This build is the stuff of headaches. I think it's blue circuits. I think this might just be a direct upgrade. it goes. There's another game I wanted to look at as well. Oh yeah, Kingdoms Reborn has an update. I wanted to have a look at that. You can actually set up colonies now. Which is nice of it. Actually, there is one problem, and that is here. You got it. That there. Yeah. That is true, actually. I can do that with loaders. Almost what I want. Well, but it needs that to shift it. That's a good question. It was meant to have been out by now, Evil Genius 2. Admittedly, the first one was... oh, it is out now. Oh, no, 30th of March. Pre-purchase. It's up for pre-purchase. $50. $51.25. But yeah, the first Evil Genius, it was okay, but it didn't really accomplish a lot. Oh yeah, Transport Fever 2. At least for me, it's looking mostly the same. Why are you stalled though? You don't have robo frames. Oh, we're meant to be a single lane, not both. I've been playing through Transport Fever. Yeah, Evil Genius was... I don't have a lot of nice things to say. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it to the point where I didn't buy it, so that's basically it. It just wasn't a compelling game. It had its charm. It was trying to do the bullfrog thing. The bullfrog thing being the bullfrog thing is not as good as people like to think that it is. You heard me right as well. I am poo-pooing Dungeon Keeper and Theme Hospital. Hotfix, which might have fixed a third of the bugs the latest DLC made. Only if it's both a good and bad thing when you say that. It's like they fixed a third, but then at the same time, only a third. And then you ask, how many bugs is there? that that either there's only a third or they managed to fix a third. A third of a large number. And even then might have been fixed. Good old Prison Architect. I don't know. There we go. That's the one. No, it isn't. That's not the one. I could just use the loaders, like you said. But it's almost sacrilege. I try not to be too lazy with loaders. I know it's possible to do it in 2 tiles. Actually, it might be the wrong combination, wrong orientation for 2 tiles. I might need like that up there rather than down here. Oh, I could pick up the whole thing and flip it. Because that's a thing you can do now. You can flip builds. See, now it's on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, nah. Oh, yeah, nah, man, yeah, nah. To do it, you need that. I don't think that is possible in this orient. Oh, no, it is actually possible in that orientation. Problem is now that this does an output anyway. Or, poor thing. I love the blueprint. It is the best. I'm glad it became a thing. It's funny how, for the longest time, they were like, nah, we're not introducing blueprint flip. And then Kvorix wanted to flip a thing, and they're like, oh, let's introduce blueprint flip. I have a terrible idea. I have a very terrible idea. Get these covered. There we go. Yeah, no more going to Autotorio for flipping. And all their inconsistent results. What I was thinking is something like that. I think I just output the whole lot on the other side. I can't. Can I do it? Water. Hmm. Yeah, like I could move this entire lot down to the bottom side. Actually, also, you can stay there. Hey, I did need that one. It took like an hour. I was like, we've got to love this new feature. I'm pretty sure back then I would have used Autotorio, I would have thought. Because I've been using Autotorio for a long time. Thrusting. Knowing me, it was probably doing something dumb. Phoenix smelting these days, 8 or 12 beacons. I think the meta's gone back to 12 now. From what I've seen. Alright, what do we got? What's the damage? The damage is, I can't click on the stupid thing. 2,500, 2,600. Across the assembler? Yeah. It's one way to do it. Is, Hey, Lexreal. With the, what is that, 6 months? 8 months, sorry. Thank you very much for that. 8 months. Show some love and hype in chat there for Lexreal. Oh, that's where we're going on. Never got around to switching to 8. Yeah, the build optimization apparently made it good again. 1.1 made it good, made full beacon good again. Yeah, I've just sort of been sitting on 8.8 for the most part. I should give it another test at some point. 1.2 going, yeah, every even update, we go to 8.8 beacons. So, um, like this then? What I'm taking? Um, 112 beacon. I mean, when I designed these, they were made for, or 8.8 beacon was actually better for performance, but that's sort of changed. It's one or the other for the most part now. So yeah, so that's basically the logic behind not doing full beacon. At least when these were done, there was a fairly decisive difference. Yeah, redo everything, rip it all up, start over. That's why I don't chase the meta for UPS optimization too much, because it's always shifting. It's never the same thing. And I knew it shifts a lot because I used to chase it a lot. I don't anymore. And even arguably even then I didn't really do it, chase it in any great anywhere near the seriousness that some of the others did. To there. So skip to there. I'll do it. Filthy medium poles, in fact. Filthy medium poles, clogging up the place. It works. Inserters the biggest cost these days? Yeah, inserters have always been the killer. Trouble is, it's more or less the point. It's sort of at the point now where it's just the act of doing hurts performance. Yeah, good enough for me. So the next one we can put down. Say. Suppose I should probably build the track for it and all that too. Train size. For this one, 416. I cut the 16 wagons. I cut the tailing locos off because they start to really burn UPS. They're such long trains. Speaking of burning UPS, this thing kind of a pain having them run around though. Yeah, I know. But the UPS saving for me does add up. Do you know? Yeah, you don't have modules. Huh. So much still to do in this base. Alright. So the question is, it's a breaking time. Oh crap, it's actually way over. No way. I don't actually have enough time to really do other things. Hmm. Yeah, we'll just go for a little bit longer. We'll just make this a bit longer and then we'll finish up in like half hour or so. 20 minutes, half hour. I just looked at the time, I was like, oh crap, it's after 5. I've actually got other things to do. Yeah, just 5 more minutes. I mean, could look at Timberborn briefly. It's a fun game. I kind of don't really want to switch. Probably, I'm in a bit of an impasse because I kind of don't. I need to leave this just building the next leg of the base. Well, so much as goosted down. It just needs to. It just needs to run right now. At the same time, Timberborn, fun game. We could just hang out and play Leaf Blower Simulator. Yeah.